Fun podcast with special guest Megan Malone Pops. And with me as always is my scooter. He is my scooter. He literally is my scooter. I am an agent of chaos. I'm not, I guess Kermit really is an agent of chaos. He's like more weighed down by the struggles of life. But Nathan is my scooter, all right?
Which I'm also down by the struggles of life, yeah. But
similar glasses, similar responsibilities.
I don't know what you're talking about, boss.
Similar hairline. You and Scooter are like,
I don't have no red. No, I mean, I don't have any red. Never had red hair. I have no twin sister. Though,
you would have three specific dreadlocks. It
would just be three
right on the top of your heads.
Get a Muppet Show jacket on this guy.
Yeah, it's like it's Henson's instead of hymns, but it only gives you
hens. Megan, welcome to the show. Welcome to the podcast. It's a pleasure to have you. We've cameoed in each other's content in the past, specifically in our great meeting at the closing of Muppet Vision 3D, where I dressed like Randall, and I think you kicked me in the nuts. What did you do? You flipped me off? You did something?
Yeah,
you did.
I think I did a little noogie.
Oh, yeah. You put me in a headlock.
Dan, you played the heel that day. You definitely played the heel.
It was the thing that and maybe Megan can defend me a little bit because people still rib me about it. And I have to say that I think ultimately it was a very Muppet thing to do. To have like the evil oil baron that's going to take over show up. It's like the thing. It's like like Uncle Deadly was that a little bit, or Johnny Fiamma, or like it's that sort of like there are heel Muppets, and to like have a big character come out there and
shake things up,
shake things up a lot, And
hey, before we get into all the cool news, I am curious about Megan's history, because some people might come into this episode and be like, I don't know who this person is. So, Megan, tell us a little bit about your Instagram and like your background, and like it takes about 5 seconds to be on your Instagram to go like, girl likes Muppets, and not like you like Muppets. She likes Muppets like other people. Like, it's very specific. It's neurospicy.
Megan's a spokesperson for a generation of Muppet fans.
Sure is.
Thanks for saying that. Well, yeah, so I started my Instagram in 2020 as just a pop collector, which is why I'm Malone's Pops. The Muppets was the first line of pops that I completed, and it was like this big thing where all of these different people from the pop community were helping me get, because some of them were super elusive, like San Diego Comic-Con ones from, years past, metallic ones. So it was this big adventure that like kickstarted my Instagram. A couple years after pop collecting, like specifically, I wanted to expand, and I started getting into Muppet vinyls, like plushies, some of the like vintage toys and stuff like that. And it just
you had a
snowballed.
Disease.
Yeah, exactly. I caught the Muppet disease. And then at that point, I was like leaning into the nostalgia of it and realized that was just my favorite thing to post. That was my only thing I was actively collecting. I kind of moved away from pops, sold a bunch of them, replaced things with Muppet shelves, and then went back and consumed like every Muppet media I had ever missed out on, I had ever not seen in like several years, and then just learned like all of the lore, and
Megan,
down the rabbit hole I went.
We get it. You're a Muppet fan, but why? Like, because like there are plenty of them. There are. I mean, like, and now that you're big in the community, you probably know of like 30 to 40 people who have collections as robust as yours, who have a fandom as crazy as yours, but they do not have the traction you have. So what is it, Megan? Who are you? What is it that you're? Did you Kardashian-fy the Muppets, being like, this is I'm a young sexy blonde woman in my Muppets era. Look at me with my Muppets jackets and my Muppets tattoos. Do people like want to be you? Is that what it is? Like, I'm very interested, because parasocial relationships get me all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm kid's weird, crazy uncle. Like, I'm Uncle Buck. To a lot of kids in a parasocial relationship, I'm like, they get weird around me when we're together, but they love my voicemails, and my gift boxes. You know what I mean? It's like, so who is it? Who latched on to Megan?
I feel like I started creating content for myself, like the stuff that was missing. Like, I was very into the nostalgia of it, and I was like, I don't see anybody actively posting these rare finds, even if they have them. I'm friends with someone who's the Guinness World Record holder for Muppet memorabilia, and there was still this missing piece online of people sharing that. and also just the relatability of being like this younger generation into something that started so many years ago, 70 years of the Muppets this year that we're celebrating. So there's, like you said, this whole generation that's kind of getting back into it, that remembers it from growing up. And, some people even message me and they're like, my first exposure to the Muppets was the 2011 movie. I'm like, okay, I feel old. But it's just like,
no,
think how we feel.
Generation
Who
knew that as the Muppets, and it kind of further has pushed people
but Megan,
into seeing the old stuff.
What is it about like, it feels like Hot Topic refugees and like Spencer's Gifts refugees have like moved over to them. I don't know how else to describe it, because like it is, you're not like, these goth emo kind of thing, but there is this whole era, this generation. And I mean, I know it's Muppet punk, but like it's also deeply tied to a very specific sort of like beatnik type of energy. This sort of like, I don't know how to like, I'm an asexual artist that wears sweater vests and and plays the banjo and try to figure me out. You know what I mean? It's like, there's this weird sort of like culture that's grown around the Muppets in a, like, where everyone would maybe identify their sexuality as Gonzo coded. It's just like, I don't know what I'm a weird. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Weirdos find weirdos, Dan.
Right? Yeah. And how did the Muppets become a beacon of weirdos? Or do you even see yourself as that, Megan? Like, I'm curious. Like, do you Muppet people see yourself as weirdos? Like neurospicy, frog loving nut jobs. I mean, I'm in the group, and I know that I am. I'm just curious about you new ones.
Yeah, I think there's two sides of it. Definitely a lot of us are on this spectrum, because there's this hyperfixation around it that's more than like just normally being into something. It's this obsession. It's these puppets are real to me. They're real people. They're entities. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's something about believing in that is like magic in a way. And like you said with the weirdos thing, a lot of us feel like, maybe we never found our people before this community, or we haven't connected with a group of people who are into something the way that we're into this, and we all relate to it in different ways. People find like validation in it, like you said, like identifying with Gonzo, or with just being like, this is a group of misfits with a found family kind of feeling. And it's just like, I don't know, it's this home kind of thing. And as the community has grown, I've seen it like
thing is a big thing, isn't it?
Yes. As it's grown, I've seen people just, say more and more about like, I've never had a community like this. I've never felt accepted. I've never been validated in my neurospiciness.
I guess if there's no better group of like heroes that are autistic than the Muppets. I never realized that until now. Is that the Power Rangers, He-Man, I don't know, Big Bag Beetleborgs. I don't know what it was that you loved growing up. None of there wasn't like, hey, we're unique because we're autistic, and because we're neurodivergent and we think our own way, and that's okay. And the Muppets have always weirdly been that. And I guess there's always been a connection with the neurospicy community and the Muppets and feeling seen. It's been that way for decades. Ask anyone who's long time working with Sesame Street, with the Muppets, Sesame Street Lot. Like there is a big amount of being seen for that community with the Muppets. And I never put together the fact that, Beauregard makes, a certain group person feel seen inside the neurospicy community just as much as New Zealand does. You know what I mean? Like, because of course, because everyone has that one friend in the group that has one very loud stim and a fidget, and that's New Zealand. You know what I mean? Like, he's got his fish, he's got his catchphrase, he shows up and that's all he does, and that's fine. It's fine. It's fine to have Lou around.
And there's even another layer to that too. I feel, of these people who admire those puppeteers so much, and the Jim Henson stands, but also the Frank Oz fans, the Jerry Nelson, the Richard Hunt, like understanding, understanding this insane talent that was like lightning in a bottle, and it just blew up. And it was this group dynamic that could not be replicated, for anything. And it's such like a crazy thing that a lot of people also like love and fall into that
specific. And I guess you make a really great point there that a lot of people don't hone in on, that we do sort of idolize that group in the way that like our parents looked at the Rat Pack, I guess would be a good way to compare it to. Like, here's a group of like 5 artists that like reshaped entertainment, like honest to God, reshaped entertainment.
Yeah.
And they reshaped entertainment because they were pals. And that's
Yes.
wild. Tell me when that happens on a regular basis. And so there is a bit of when people accuse the Muppets of like not having their soul, I do understand that the lack of like being hired to be in a group of friends versus being the group of friends that like digs it out of the dirt and like polishes it and makes it what it is.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's an irreplicable thing. It's not something that can be replicated. And it is a very, I want to let people know that if you have that concern, I get it. And as my dear friend, who shall be renamed anonymous, but he knows that he says this, there's enough Muppet media out there for me to always have something to watch. I don't care what it becomes now. There's enough of the good. There's enough of my favorite. I love that people love it, the new stuff, but there's enough of my favorite. And so that's okay if you feel the way, because they are inherently different. To Megan's point, like Kermit became popular because people wanted Jim on their talk shows. You know what I mean? Like people wanted Frank on their
it wasn't even Kermit. It was Ralph. I mean, Ralph was far and away the most popular Muppet for several years.
But the vibe was, I want Jim on the show vibing with us because he makes us laugh like crazy, bro. And that's the sort of magic that the Muppets have lost a little bit. And is that like the personalities aren't, the characters behind the personalities aren't as beloved, I don't think, anymore. Who knows who Eric Jacobson is? Nobody. No disrespect to Eric, but who knows who Eric Jacobson? Nobody.
Yeah, but it's also hard to take the piss out of like a talk show host when they are your coworker in the same corporate funded
that's
entity.
The thing. That's
like
the thing.
It's a different thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the well, but the gang took the piss out of each other, not necessarily the talk show hosts.
Yeah.
But but it's hard to take the piss out of your coworker versus your friend that you founded the company with. Ben and Jerry can call each other the worst names, and they're like, we're brothers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Ben, Jerry, and Greg from Unilever or whatever, Greg is not allowed to say those things to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I went to this Muppet prank panel. It was like a affectionate anarchy thing. Yeah, but anyway, it was with a bunch of the originals: Fran Brill, Steve Whitmire, Dave Goles, Frank Oz was there via Zoom, and Bonnie Erickson. They were all talking about that culture when they were younger and on set of the Muppet Show, where they were pulling pranks on each other constantly. And it was this affectionate anarchy is what they called it. And it created such bonds and such like a playful energy and atmosphere.
It's very Jackass coded, I have to say. Like the original Muppets were Jackass, and they were, but with experimental puppetry,
what you're I think the through line that a lot of this connects to is vaudeville, and the fact that there was an era before it, and it stems through the Marx Brothers and the Three Stooges and Laurel and Hardy, and then the 70s hit, and everyone tries to get cool except the Muppets, and by not getting cool, they become the coolest thing, and they're very much trying to still do the gags of the Borscht Belt, and it is a very specific style. And then after they kind of, we'll say, show up less, maybe they're a little more corporatized, but they show up a little less, things like Jackass fill that void of anarchy and slapstick that is not found anymore anywhere else.
Right. Yeah. Oh, wow, that is a Megan, Nathan's a college professor, so if you didn't pick up,
okay, I can.
If you didn't pick up from the glasses, you should. By the way, Nathan, you should have some kind of scroll that you keep so that when you go to these kinds of facts, you'll be like, Daniel, actually, the scrolls, it's interesting, and you put on a graduation cap so people get it.
Push my glasses back.
Sing along owl, like.
I'll bring down the blackboard.
Yeah.
Well, as an appetizer to the Muppet Show, let's talk about Fraggles, if we can, for a minute, because they have a spacey adventure. My dear friend John Tartaglia, and I mean, honestly, one of the best people that I know, truly, is in charge of the Fraggles now. And my gosh, let's rock and roll, baby. Let's do it. Fraggles Live. They are. These big walk around Fraggle are they? I haven't seen them, Megan. Are they
a Kennedy Center, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. We're gonna.
Yes.
There's a live show though that these come from. Are they articulated?
Yes, they're
talk?
inside. There's mechs to puppet them. Yeah.
Cool. Are you watching? Can you see them do it in the hands, or is it all automatic? I have to ask. I'm curious.
I know how they do them because I'm friends with people who do something similar, and it is a mech in the hand as
it's like a bike. It's like a bike brake for those who don't know. It's just a giant bike brake that already has the tension open, and then when you squeeze it, the thing goes.
Yes.
Mickey and Minnie are different.
Really good at it.
I just want to let people know Mickey and Minnie are different. They are laser guided beams. So they have, it's robots up here that do the work, but then Mickey and Minnie bend their middle fingers to activate. So
wow,
there's that nice little photo there with you and Johnny.
Yes,
I love Johnny. I love Johnny so much. I love Johnny so much. He is a icon. Johnny is the reason I'm Disney Dan. People don't know that, but Johnny is 100% the reason I'm Disney Dan. So did you go to the Spacey adventure at the Kennedy Center? Like what, tell me, give me the 90-second recap of whatever the heck the Fraggles are doing in space.
Yes, so I went the opening day, which was super excited. I went to like the PR opening or whatever.
How do I get on that list? Can you put me on? Can I be your +1 or something? Like,
yeah,
how do I get on this list?
I'll put you in contact. Chris Muppet Stuff. I don't know if you know that account. He actually put me in contact with them because he lives up north, and they had like reached out to him, and he's like,
I live up north. Pops. I live up north. Anyway, no, sorry.
Fly down. Anyway, so the Spacey Adventure is this awesome interactive like show, and I say interactive because they walk right in front of the audience, and you can meet the Fraggles afterwards in the lobby and stuff. But there's the walk around characters, and then there's a puppet within it as well, so you're getting both sides of it, and also on a screen behind you there's a pre-recorded thing. Anyway, it was just amazing. They brought back some songs from the original Fraggle Rock series. It was just such a fun take, and are
we playing on the fact that they're learning what real outer space is?
Yes.
Okay,
as Uncle
great.
Matt
I
says,
love that.
outer space. Because,
that's some John Tartaglia genius, I have to say. That's some John Tartaglia genius. I love you, Johnny.
Yeah, he is brilliant, and getting to talk to him a little bit more about the show, afterwards was incredible, and like he gave a great perspective. They did like a little Q&A where he was talking about, making this come to life, and they want to bring more Fraggles to the Space Center. They want the show to be permanent there. They wanted to have a residency there.
Well, yeah, it's the new National Kennedy Center that people are really looking to now. So we gotta button that up because the Kennedy Center in DC is lost. It's lost.
Oh, no.
To us. It's going to be a hole in the ground here soon. So no, that's incredible. I really love that. Really I love that. The concept of outer space to me is the kind of thing that will put me in an anxiety spiral that will last for days. Like what is on the other side of the last thing that we can see?
Yeah.
What's after infinite? Yeah. That'll do it to you.
Are you thinking about it? Because when you think about how far it goes further. But then what is it? What? Okay, we have
I'm
to
just gonna get together with
episode.
Yeah, I gotta get together with Dr. Teeth and my main man Floyd in the little smoky room and start chatting about the infinite.
Yeah,
the infinite.
Yeah, man. That's actually hilarious to say that, Nathan. That's a cut gag from A Very Muppet Christmas where Snoop Dogg is smoking weed and Zoot comes in and he's like, "Hey man, and Snoop Dogg is like, he goes off at his whizzle bizzle or whatever, and Zoot's like, man, that's the first thing I've heard anyone make sense in a while,
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Did you watch the Muppets Mayhem series?
It's so full of joy. It's very good. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It's just full of joy,
I so enjoyed it. Yeah.
Like Dr. Teeth should be hosting a serious radio hour. Like, why isn't that?
Dr. Teeth should be as much as I don't think late night's going to be around anymore. Dr. Teeth should have been someone's late night band. Like Electro Mayhem should just be someone's late night band. Like,
right. Dr. Teeth should go sit in with the Roots for a while. You know what I mean?
Forever,
Shout out maybe the 2015 series.
Yeah. Right. For sure.
It's so fun.
So the Muppet Show is back. It's back, and that's why we have Megan here to chat about. And I kind of want to break down some stuff, talk about the show, and really dig into it a little bit here. I think that Seth Rogen's face being plastered all over this is borderline hilarious because of his ultimate screen time. My brother had less screen time than Anthony Hopkins did in Silence of the Lambs, and he's getting full billing. You know what I mean for this? It is bananas. It is bananas.
It's kind of a good gag, really.
It is. It's very funny. It's the whole lead up that Seth is going to have a big comedy bit and then it gets cut.
Dan, did you ever Did you ever see the Police Files, the original TV show before they made The Naked Gun with Leslie Nielsen?
No. I am
So the
familiar.
gag-
Though. I'm very
so the
familiar with
gag-
Naked Gun too.
Yeah, so the gag in the Police Files is that the credits would say like with guest star William Shatner, and then William Shatner would be there, and he would get shot or run over or whatever. So they'd always have a huge guest star
Very quickly,
and then
but
they
it
would
happened
immediately die in the credits.
Oh my
Yeah, like George Clooney being the dog on South Park or something. Like
Yeah. So we love a brief cameo.
Yeah.
So going into
That's
this,
not
Megan,
canon.
Yeah.
what was your hype level
that's
out of 10 going into this? Like Sabrina Carpenter and Seth Rogen, both executive producing, and you got Vogle and Eric Jacobson on the executive production team as well. So what did you think was going to happen? Like, honestly, where did you think we were going?
I was cautiously optimistic, and I like to use that word because I was very excited and very like, I can't wait to see what they did, but also being like, this could not be what I want. This could be for someone else. But I was so surprised. My expectations were so surpassed. I love Maya Rudolph, huge Maya Rudolph fan, huge SNL stan. So even just her little part in this, I was just clapping. Rizzo's return, I love Bradley Freeman Jr. I was so thoroughly impressed, and his rendition of Blinding Lights is now like playing in my head over and over and over.
Yeah, but can anyone explain to me why he sounds like that?
No.
Why Rizzo sounds exactly like the version of Rizzo that was previously cast? It's just such an interesting choice. All right. Anyway, so let's talk about the first number that they did, Man Child, which is a throwback to the first season of the Muppet Show, that bar scene.
I agree. But we should probably talk about the intro first. I mean, this is this does something a little different than most.
You make a good point, Megan. Where are we in Muppet lore? Let's set the stage in terms of like, how does this show open? What are we informed of as the audience before we get to Man-Child? Like, what's going on?
I thought it was cool how they did the take of they're bringing the show back rather than they've been doing the show the whole time and we've just been missing out on seeing it. Because I feel like there was two ways they could have gone about that. Either like, we've been doing the show the whole time, nobody's been here, like, or they could be like, we're bringing it back and we might be doing it more as long as this goes well.
If at the end of the Muppets revealed that they've been ghosts the whole time, that would be perfect. If they we're stuck on this mortal plane and we can't leave, man.
We're in outer space.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
so
it kind of works with the movie timeline too, kind of. I mean, like the Muppet movies, the Seagull one, they save the theater, and then they're kind of on a tour in Most Wanted, and then if you kind of just make that jump, you go, okay, they're back home, and they're going to do what they'd like to do.
Yeah, and Walter died in one of his tour in the tour,
and Walter went back to his home planet. Poochied him.
Physical.
I saw someone made a meme of like, Walter wasn't there because he was at home watching it, and I'm like, okay, we can believe that wholesome take, I guess.
Yeah, it's a nice wholesome take.
He was somehow exiled.
Megan, you have to remember, was Peter on the show? Did he puppeteer in this?
Yeah, so he's Statler.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I'm sure he did other, assisting things because he's one of the main performers on like the list or whatever. But he's Statler, and I love his Statler. I think it's phenomenal.
Their bit was very good. Their bit was very, very good. So I appreciate you, Nathan, for calling back to this, because I'm interested at the format that they tried to pull off in a 30-minute.
It's tight.
Special. It's a
tight
very
show.
tight special.
Fastest 30 minutes ever.
And they're trying to cram in, like, when we rebooted Star Wars, like the entire plot that we're familiar with the Muppets dealing with into 30 minutes. But and we'll get there, how I feel like at the end of the show it was very I don't know, cringe in a way, in the
I
direction,
felt the same way.
and the direction they took it.
Short. And
I would have rather just Curran been like, hey guys, I messed up and I told all the Muppets that they could do a number, and we can't do that, but I've got an idea. Instead of being like, well, we wanted to do something, and it all like it was odd. The choice, that choice ultimately fell flat on me.
Well, that's the bookend. Like that's the emotional bookend between the beginning and the end, right?
But don't do that to me though. If you're going to make this a backdoor pilot, right, where like it's got like then you take advantage of the happily ever after it all. Start the song and then stop it, and then don't give me the end of the song until the the end of the last episode of the series that you're going to get. Like, don't try like that.
I mean, that's the thing though, is they don't know, and so they're like, let's end this on a little piece of heart. Now, if they were to do this sort of weird emotional thing look, man, if an episode 2 happens, I need Scooter busting down that door and being like 5 minutes. Like I don't know. We're just starting there. I don't need anything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, and then we can go on to start talking about everything.
Of course.
The funny thing about the Muppets is not that things go wrong.
No.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what every sketch was. That's what every bit was. That's what the entire episode was.
Yeah.
And if that's what the series is going to be, I don't need it, because that becomes so hollow. It's just like, remember, the Muppets were originally just parodying popular songs, doing lip syncs, and they got and doing weird stuff, and that's what made them cool. And so what I don't want is like, oh man, the end of every sketch, which we're going to get to, it goes wrong. And then it goes wrong. It should never be uttered again, unless we're talking about Gonzo. It should never be uttered again about any other character.
It's that SNL problem. It's like, you got to know how to end a sketch. And these didn't necessarily always know how to end the sketch or like stick the landing necessarily.
It felt like they had that formula and then they followed it too closely.
Yeah. And I think that you can narratively say, and Kermit's very honest about, we're pretty rusty. Like, you can kind of get away with, again, it's one of those things. It's like, I'm fine with this in episode 1. If it happens in episode 2, I have a problem, right? Like we have to get back to streamlining it as close. But we should also caveat before we get into these individual things, like, this is still the closest we've come to the Muppet Show since Muppets Tonight. Period, bar none, no question whatsoever. Like, it is trying to do the format, and it sticks to a format in a way that shockingly didn't even attempt to try to do the pop culture references of Muppets Tonight. Like, there's no Seinfeld babies, like there's no attempt. There's no attempt to try to like go, hey, you don't really know us, but like, this stuff, so laugh at that. It really was very much like the key for me is like, I need a ballerina on. I need something weird and something I don't know, and like let's expand and do crazy stuff. And as long as I would rather, as long as they keep on that path, I think we're in good favor. But you're right, Dan. Like,
I was pleased with how much they didn't let Sabrina Carpenter upstage the whole thing, because I was worried about that. They were going to try to get to that generation who just is obsessed with Sabrina Carpenter.
Balance. They were very successful, I think, with guest balance.
Because all Muppet Show guests should feel like they had about a day and a half to be there, because that's how long they have.
That's 100% how it feels. Right, 100%. So as we move forward into this, I want to say to all of you Muppet fans out there that criticizing a piece of Muppets media does not mean that there will be no more Muppets media. You asking for something that you love to be better or to be different or to be more like something that you like through criticizing it is valid, and it's okay. And it doesn't mean that the thing is bad. The power of and. I didn't like this thing specifically, and I loved that we did it and it worked and everyone loved, so
thank you.
Like, having criticism of the Muppets does not make you a bad Muppet fan. It does not make you disrespect the Muppeteers. It doesn't make you disrespect the brand. It's not like we have to stay grounded in the idea.
This isn't a religion.
Right. Yes. Exactly. And it also isn't like this is the last thing that's going to happen. So if you don't open up every device that your entire family owns and stream this for 4 days straight on every iPad in the house, like, they're not going to, it's like, no, guys, no. The Muppets are a tool in the corporate toolbox, and they're going to be pulled out left and right because they're great ads. They're perfect commercial machines. They're
from the back
for
end,
commercials.
Right. In the back end of this is like, yes, your ability to show that you care matters. So like it on Instagram, make a fuss. It should be there. That said, if they want Seth Rogen to voice Pumbaa in 2 more Lion King movies, they'll just make a deal with him. I mean, it really comes. It
Yeah.
is that. That's what the industry is. Like
Yep.
fan stuff is fine, but if they're just like, we want to use Seth Rogen for something else, and he wants to do this thing, and it's going to cost us like pretty much next to nothing when it comes to Disney stuff. Like, sure, okay, whatever, fine. Like it can be that basic. As much as we love this stuff and think that it's this tight, some things go away, and that's just
we'll
because
get
of
to it.
whim.
We'll get to it with other guests, but I'm happy if we only get like 4 of these a year, and each one of them is executive produced by the musician and the guest comedian, and it's just entirely honed into what their favorite jokes are, because that's where we're going to get it. Because again, the band is not together anymore. It's not a bunch of pals, taking the piss out of each other. It's a boardroom. It's a meeting room. It's a writer's room. It's a whiteboard. It's Post-it notes on so there is that. So let's start with Man-Child. Let's start with Man-Child.
Yeah.
Where are you at? This must have been your number one. You're going to be able to cosplay this number till the cows come home. Have four chickens on each shoulder, wearing this apron at a convention. You're sold there. Look at that.
Yeah. This was actually my favorite Sabrina song. So this was just like very fulfilling. But my grievance with this is, and this is kind of throughout the thing, I wish it would have been her live singing. I understand why they couldn't, but imagine her like beating them, and you could hear it in her strain as she's singing like Man-Child. Like I don't know. I almost wanted the like live aspect of it, and I understand why it couldn't have been, and it needed to be produced. But I thought that would have really been, sketch comedy funny of it.
Yeah.
Dan, did you have any issue with camera placement, or either of you, of course? But like, there's a bit of me that the '70s brain of Muppet Show is very wide. It's just like it's kind of here, and we're doing it, and then like maybe we have a 3-camera setup, and that's kind of what we do. There are certain shots in this sequence that are very much recorded later. They're very much inserted.
Yeah, just the evolution of media, man. I don't think you're ever going to get around that now. But it's just how they make TV now.
Right. It doesn't. I think it helps it not feel like for our absolutely rattled minds, like we can keep track and we can enjoy it, and it keeps our attention because there's more cuts. But that was the first thing I noticed, was like in these segments there are just more cuts than there used to be.
Well, I think maybe, Nathan, what you're noticing is that the Muppet Show regularly said and pulled back to say these bits are being done on a stage. I mean, I know that the audience is fake, but like, this is a big stage. Look at the size of the stage. Look at the curtain. Look at the light. Like, these are being, and this is very SNL. Like, we made a little set and we're inside this thing, and blinding lights kind of goes into, it's very SNL music number. We'll get there. But like, to say that, to your point, Nathan, the long lingering wide shots, and my God, I want to do a whole video essay about pro shot musicals that are directed by the director of the musical versus directed by a guy who records live concerts, and just how they approach. Because to your point, we are not approaching this anymore like it's being done on a stage. It's more like, let's keep the shots tight. Let's keep the shots sexy. Let's keep the shots intimate, and so I get that. But what a great bit, and what a great callback to the first season of the Muppet Show. That whole bar room beat up scene. It's just it's so great. I really loved it.
I did love it.
What's the name of those Muppets? There's a specific name for these rapscallions.
Freckles, yep. And that green freckle in that photo, I want to shout out my dear friend James Weta, who was a puppeteer with me on Imagination, has built many puppets that I guarantee you've seen. And that green freckle there with Sabrina was one of the first things he built for the Muppets, like 3 decades ago, and it still continues to be this character, which it's so, as an artist, that must be the most rewarding thing to see, like, your little baby, like, I guess, like, whoever carved like the little pumpkin that everyone loved from Halloween Horror Nights, he even
had his own week in the Muppet 70.
He did. He did. Oh, I hope he got that magnet. I got to text him and see if he got that. They made a magnet of her or something, didn't they? Anyway.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, up next, and I am in love with it, Gonzo's self-driving roller coaster skates.
Wow.
While reciting the names of every winner of the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress.
Diane Wiest!
This felt like a nod to the new attraction that's coming in a weird way, and I wonder if Muppet Labs roller coaster skates will be a gag. This felt bizarrely corporately shoehorned, and
really?
I know it. Yeah, the fact that they're self-driving roller coaster skates as we're about to open a new Muppet roller coaster felt very vertical integration.
Maybe.
That's all. It's the only thing that just took me out of it for a minute.
I can see the parallel.
I'm a Muppet critic. It's what I do. I deep dive. You know, I'm a Muppet gooner.
Yeah.
And so I know these things. I know these things. You know what I mean?
I saw there was a behind the scenes picture that one of the producers or someone who worked on it posted, and it was of, you know, those 3 rings and the back and forth, you know, knives and everything.
Yeah.
It was so cool to see that they actually built that. They had the pyrotechnics. They had
I saw it
everything.
and I was like, is this just a matte painting or something? But then everything started moving. But it all started moving in a way that I was like, oh, nothing's interacting with this. I know that puppet's not going anywhere near this incredibly fragile 3-ring setup with that's like very, you know, it's like I know that the servos in that thing couldn't. Yeah, so I knew something was going to go wrong, and that's the joy about Gonzo, is that he is so blindly overconfident, and to the point that he thinks that the trick's working, even when he's the Mr. Magoo of Muppets. You know, he's oh, Mr. Magoo, you've done it again, because it all works out weirdly. You know, like it all works out. I love Gonzo. Dave Bowles is the true heart of the Muppets now, in my opinion.
He's
Dave and Bill.
79 years old. 79.
I hope that he continues to sit in the chair like Jerry and Carol did and keep voicing while someone else is, you know, or he dubs in his line. I mean, like, it is just
truly like.
Which I was wondering if this was all dubbed, but someone who's like close friends with him and his wife were telling me he was on set. He was puppeteering, because, you know, a lot of stuff he's done recently is dubbed because, you know, he's 79 years old. Like, what do you expect? But he was there on set, and even cooler than that is you might have seen someone share a picture where Louise Gold was on set. She wasn't actually hired to be part of the project, but she showed up and they played a prank where she surprised Dave on set. And then
do you know why she wasn't hired to be as part of the project, by the way?
I don't know why.
Tell everybody who she is at home.
Louise Gold, Annie Sue Pig. She was on the original Muppet Show, one of the first like female, you know, Muppeteers under Jim. She's just an absolute icon. She's hilarious. She's done at different conventions where she's just unfiltered. She's hilarious. She's absolutely just, you know, comedic genius. And anyway, she couldn't
get a visa. They wouldn't give her a visa.
Yeah, there had to be something.
They wouldn't give her a work visa to come cameo on the show. Yep.
Yeah. But she did, you know, stick around on set from what I've heard. So
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe
she was
it.
there. She was there. So
this is you bring up practical stuff, Dan. And I think this is an interesting time for this because as God knows, we've recorded so many episodes in the recent couple days that I don't know when we talked about this in order of podcast episode. But of course, my current heart is very happy as I'm giving money to the new Mystery Science Theater 3000 Kickstarter, and they're doing everything practical. Not that the Netflix show didn't attempt some of that, but you know, they're really going back and doing that. And I had that sort of same vibe with this Muppet Show. There are not that Jim was never one to shy away from technology, but this did feel a little more tangible. It felt a little more homey than I think sometimes we.
You know
feel.
why?
Tell me, Dan.
Arm rods. You can see them.
Yeah.
They're not CGI'd out anymore. It's not this like, hey, I know that those arms are moving somehow. You know what I mean? Like, I completely agree with you, Nathan. Like, and like things like that, choices like to keep the arm rods in.
Yeah.
To keep not just the arm rods, by the way, and this is respect for Muppet Wranglers, to keep in the piece of fishing line that a Muppet Wrangler fished through Kermit's pointer and thumb to hold on to the banjo so that the arm rod can slide it back and forth. If you pause it and look closely, you can see the little bow of fishing line that's just pinning the fingers together that can then be pulled out so that his hand can come down. Like, that is art, man. That's art. You know, that's cool.
And
that's
it's also
Completely.
cheaper.
Post-production was probably real easy.
It's good.
But
it's good
that's
for
how
everybody.
it should be. Everything should be in camera on the Muppets if possible.
Yeah.
Everything should
sure.
be in camera.
It makes me think of that super cheesy scene in Muppets Most Wanted where Constantine's like doing all these flips and you can tell it's all CG, and I'm like, whoa, why didn't we just take the puppet and like do these practical?
Yeah, I saw those bicycles in Muppet Manhattan. I saw the bicycles.
Yeah. You can see if you look close enough in Manhattan what, you know, who's pulling what there, and
it's so great. It's all so good. All right, up next, Pigs and Wigs. Lady Scrappleton finds herself in a love triangle with her husband and another lover.
Okay.
Yeah, and the other lover in this instance, I am so happy that
Yes.
Pepe is managed to cement himself in ways that, like, I guess Walter couldn't, in terms of, like, just, you know, Pepe is one of the greats. He truly is. Bill Beretta being interviewed by Queen Latifah as Pepe the Prawn, being
So
like,
good.
so where's the king? Where is the, and she's like, what? He's like, it's like, it is me. I am the king prawn now. You know, you are the Queen Latifah and I am the king. You know, it's just like, he's just so, Bill Barrett is so smooth.
Yeah.
He's so smooth.
Pepe gets
It's
to be
out
Pepe
of
gets to be
control.
naughty. We don't get a lot of like he's the one
Yeah.
that gets to just sort of bend the bar.
He's
a
the
little. Him
Deadpool
Yeah,
of the
tongue
Muppets.
in
He's the
cheek.
Muppet
Yeah.
Deadpool. Yeah.
Mhm. And
Okay.
even the most casual fans know and recognize Pepe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been
Yeah,
around
yeah,
Oh,
for
there's
what,
the
20
sexual prawn.
Is it 20 years now that Pepe's been a part of Muppet?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
crazy.
Why could we not have written the scene
Almost 30.
for Pepe still in that outfit backstage, bumping into Sabrina, and be like, "It's crazy around here, okay? Lots of kinks to get out," so that she could deliver the kink line to him and be like, "Okay," you know, like,
Yeah.
like what that, like, yeah. And by the way, the one review that took the Muppets out of 100% on Rotten Tomatoes because they were worried about how horny the Muppets were in this one. By God, please do not look up the original pilot for this show because it would cause you to
Please.
stroke out.
Hey, Dan,
Yeah,
by
sex
the
and
way,
violence.
you're bringing up a good point about Muppet fans and Muppet people.
Super horny?
Autistic, creative, and horny. That's pretty much
very
pretty much
problematic, but
very
horny in a
but-
problematic way. Yeah, we know, but that's some.
Remember Animal? Thank
Animal,
God, you know,
woman,
the 5
woman.
descriptions, and one of them is sex. Like
One of Animals drives his sex. That is true. Yeah, and he's always chasing women around. Like he's a pirate in that one scene of Pirates of the Caribbean where they flipped it all around. Now the women are chasing the pirates, but you know, Animal's
We
still
do-
the original scene.
We do love we do love a woman who chases animal though. That's very
Right.
funny.
We
That's
do.
very good.
Very
Always.
funny when a woman.
hilarious. Yeah.
When we flip that on its head.
Always good.
And then let's
Did you like this? Did you like this sketch? This is the one that fell flat for me. I didn't like this sketch. It didn't work for me.
Well, I didn't like the sketch because what was the joke of the sketch? It went wrong. That's like look, I know Sabrina's gag is that things go wrong, like in her stuff too. Like I get that, but like, okay, let that be her bits. But like, why did this have to go? Like, where was just a bunch of people dancing in a ballroom telling stupid jokes? Like, that's what I
thought
wanted.
that's what it was going to be.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be the ballroom sequence, pigs
Yeah,
and
it
wigs
was
with
very
dad
acid
jokes.
dance, and then they took
Yeah.
the other direction.
But it turned
I
into a
did-
weird
although I did
SNL
love the
cuck
wig.
sketch. It turned into another
I do like
Marcello.
the wig.
It turned into another Marcello, Sabrina. Like,
Yeah.
we gotta stop writing cuck sketches and products, guys. We gotta stop
Yeah,
doing
very
it. I don't know
true.
what's going on.
I did
in
like how
writing room.
Pepe was kind of like, you know, unexpectedly like, someone threw me in this outfit and
Yeah,
threw me
I
out
don't
here.
know.
Like,
That element of it grounded it
That
into
worked.
the theater space and worked
Yeah.
really well for me. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like, I should have seen that happen back in the background of a scene
Yes.
before.
Yeah,
I should have
that would've been
seen.
funny.
I should have seen like the old
Shoved
lady
up.
Muppet, like
exactly.
like-
And then you
like
know
shoving him
why.
into-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Well,
and
and-
that's where the 30-minute through line of like, everything's going wrong, you know, like that. It's like, we're not victims of that. That's that's like the charm. When it's the charm, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
the
And I
Muppets aren't
felt
their
like-
own foil. They're not their
And in
own
those-
foil.
Yeah, and in those backstage scenes, I felt like they weren't utilizing those background characters enough. I mean, Johnny Fiamma and Sal are just over the balcony.
Everyone's
other
just,
ones are
it's just a bunch of assistant Muppeteers, arms up.
looking around,
Just
yeah.
looking
They just
Yeah,
grabbed
yeah.
from the closet. They were like,
Yeah.
whoever
Yeah,
we
Or
got.
they should have been doing intricate things and setting up the
Yeah.
next scene, or little Easter eggs, or something where
Mhm.
you're like, what are they doing back there? What's going on?
And
Like,
again, hopefully, if we produce this, we can have some more through lines. It's hard.
Mhm.
It's hard to do that when you're it's
30 minutes.
They try to cram so much in that 30 minutes emotionally that wasn't necessary. We all would have just started crying if Kermit's like, the gang all wants to sing and do their bits. I can't let that happen, so we're all going to come out and sing together. That would have
Yeah.
made us. Kermit didn't have to be like, well, I'm about to die or whatever. I don't know what he said.
Who's that new pig, by the way? That new male pig that's in. I was like, my boy Link does not get enough attention, and I need
Link
to Link
Hogthrob needs to be in
And Link
Pigs
was
in Space
there.
gear.
He
Yeah,
was
Link was
there.
there, but he needs to be in Pig in Space gear. That was Bridgerton Pig. They have
I
like
know.
hoity-toity pigs.
Well,
they
that's
were
the
like
other thing.
That was the solicitor from Christmas Carol Pig.
If you're gonna,
Yeah.
that's right. If you're gonna do Piggerton, do Piggerton. Like, do the parody that you're acting like you're gonna do.
Yeah,
Instead
yeah,
of this
yeah.
weird, like you kind of zig one way. We're expecting a variation on an old sketch. We don't get
and
that.
also no one wants
That-
pigs in wigs. They want pigs in space.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
like-
a lot of things. They were trying to do something too original, but
Yeah,
just Pigs in Space would have really taken off.
I don't
I
know
was
what pigs.
sad.
Oh yes,
They
go
had
ahead.
they had a pig segment, and there's no Spamela. Like,
Yeah.
remember Big Tit Pig?
I do remember Big Tit
like
Pig.
From the
That's
Baywatch.
really important.
Where's that puppet? Where's that puppet at?
Although
I
you
was-
notice that Kermit's ex-girlfriend was in the scene.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out if that was Denise or not.
That was totally
Yeah.
Denise's
Yeah.
puppet. Yeah, I don't know if it was her canonically,
Also,
but
They could have rebuilt Annie Sue for that as well. I mean, I would have loved to see a little nod to Annie Sue in the back.
I don't know this Pigs in Space. All I know is Pigs in Space. I don't know what Pigs in Space is, but I know what
Yeah,
that is.
oh, sure. Yeah, Denise has like Anya Taylor-Joy syndrome. Like her eyes are a little too far apart. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Like Denise is the
Yes.
same thing going
Pig's
on.
Gambit?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Pig's Gambit, 100%. Yeah. Furious
Yeah.
Pig. Yeah. So, all right. So let's go into probably one of the single most cursed sketches I have ever witnessed on Muppets, on the screens of Muppets anything. The single most creepypasta, like haunted, borderline inappropriate scene where Beaker loses his eyes and they become hollow voids that more eyes begin to pour out of.
So good.
Jesus, are you kidding me?
It's
Did
my
you
like-
favorite
do
sketch.
like- People used to have like dreams of their teeth like falling out and like just
Yeah.
more teeth being like pulled out. Now kids are gonna have traumatized dreams about their eyes falling out. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
nice,
Oh my
Darren.
god!
There
Oh
was
my god!
two odes to Muppet Vision though, which was the Muppet Labs sign in the back, the
Yep.
whatever that was
Muppet
on the
Lab
gate,
Tech.
and then
Mhm.
I feel like the eyes flying out. I'm like, this is giving Muppet Vision. Like,
Yeah,
this is giving
yeah.
Muppet Vision.
It was a great bit. I love when Beaker's eyes light up. That's a great
Always.
Muppet
Yeah.
moment. And specifically, here's a really great example of background business. Although Beaker's middle name is background business because that's his whole gag. But like,
Yeah.
it shows evidence that like like his eye, he all lights up. He's like literally like probing like a panel on the wall, and he's
Yeah.
doing it the entire time until it goes wrong. Like it's very fun. Gonzo and Muppet Labs are the two things where like tragedy becomes the comedy, but otherwise,
Yeah.
I just want success. I just want like smash home runs when the guest stars
Yeah.
are in it. That's
Yeah.
Right.
This one was another one that really Dave Goles like felt so prominent in, and I was just loving. I love that he could still do the Bunsen, persona so well, and
Oh.
just the come here, Beaky, and like putting the serum in his eyes before he becomes a sleep paralysis demon.
Yeah.
But I'm like wondering if was that a separate puppet? Did they just remove eyes of a puppet they had?
Okay,
I would love to know. What do you know?
I have a standing theory. It is a
Okay.
practical puppet with tracking dots on the puppet, and the
Okay.
eye holes are CGI'd. Yeah, the eye
Okay,
holes
okay.
are unnatural.
Yeah.
There's a switch over that happens in the CGI when they switch over to a puppet that likely has two just like yard sale red stickers stuck on the puppet to just track how
Okay.
and where those shapes should look, and then
Because obviously
all-
the eyes flying CGI, that was
yeah, so that transition that transition would be too aggressive if it was a practical hole versus a seat. So it's just CGI from the top, and which is
Okay.
what also lends into its uncanniness. It lends into
Yes.
its horror in a
Mhm.
huge way. Yeah.
They
yeah,
made
yeah.
I don't know if you saw the Mickey's of Glendale release where they made all the pins or whatever for these.
Mhm.
They made a Beaker pin without eyes, but they didn't do the big blacks. They just did. His eyes are gone and it's like little squints. And I was wondering, why didn't they do the deep black eyes?
Yeah.
I have stopped chasing Muppet merch, and it's so freeing.
Probably
But I
wise.
stopped chasing it.
Yeah.
has stopped chasing it. I'm about to like dump a bunch of Muppet merch. We'll get to that though, because I have a bunch of stuff I want to show Megan. But we're gonna get
Dan,
there.
I did like the through line of the eyes as well. They continue throughout.
Yes.
There's eyes backstage. There's an eye
almost kills Maya
around.
Rudolph.
On Gaffer.
Almost kills
Gaffer
Yes.
finds an eye.
Gaffer finds an eye.
That.
And then also the Foley of like the Muppets like puking out, that one Muppet puking out ping pong balls, and you hear them bouncing on all the like. There's so much great like ping pong ball Foley in that. The eyeball popping out of the Zoot's horn.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that the final gag? Is it popping out of Zoot's horn? Yeah. So
Oh no, the final gag is Statler and Waldorf, isn't it? They have like an after. They have an MCU stinger
at the end.
Yeah. But that incorporating an eye flying out of that is
so
like
funny.
Home run.
And the use of Maya Rudolph within that setup was hilarious. Home run. Absolute home run.
Yeah.
The Newsman, the perfect way to usher in the Newsman in a natural way, rather than just he's behind the desk again saying, the Muppet News Flash. Like, it was so good. And then the thing on the screen turns from dead to alive. And she's like, that was
a thing fell on her and she came back to life. That was so great that she's just like, a thing fell on her. That made me, it's just so great. That's good. Again, great background gags that,
Who's the puppet that she has a little spark with? I don't know the name of that puppet.
Is that Beautiful Day Monster? I think
that is. It might be Beautiful Day Monster.
I think that was Beautiful Day Monster. Obviously a rebuild of it, but
yeah,
it is Beautiful Day Monster. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I would love to know how many puppets exactly they rebuilt for this, and just the cost of that alone. Mm-hmm. They have to have a good feeling that this is going to get picked up. Otherwise, why go through?
I'm going to be real with you, Megan. I don't know how. I don't think that it was a rebuild. I don't think that it was a rebuild at all.
You don't think? You think that was the OG?
No.
Oh,
if anything,
okay.
maybe as a new nose and mouth because the foam dusted. But the OG one was thoroughly painted. His exposed reticulated Scott foam was thoroughly painted, and this one it's very decayed. It's very beat up. His mouth was very beat up. And even the eye mech was like a little like wonky. But to answer your question, Megan, are you going to do that Henson tour?
It sold out before I, even had the opportunity to figure out a date to go. Yeah, it did sell out. But I think they'll see the success.
It was only 4 dates. It was only 4 dates.
Yeah.
So I've been in there a couple of times, and what's cool about that space is that they have cabinets full of what is it? What do you call when you take all the bones out of a turkey? Spatchcock. When you spatchcock a turkey.
Sure.
You take all of its bones out and you just lay the turkey meat flat, right? That's how a lot of the Muppets are stored. They're spatchcocked a little bit, like in boxes, because the foam that makes up Muppets is like a soft piece of beautiful white bread when it starts. Yeah. And then by the time it's done, it's been left in a toaster on number 8 for 3 years. And so it just becomes impossible to manipulate.
Well, and that's why they're so hard to, that's why it takes so much effort when they put these in museums and stuff to restore, is because they're not really meant to last. They can't.
Oh, well, no, actually, no, that's the thing, is that the innards aren't meant to last.
Yes.
But the outards are meant to last. And the reason why that popular, like, fun fact about Oscar the Grouch being the same puppet that, Carol used the entire 7 years he was doing it or whatever, in actuality, it was the same puppet's skin, but the innards, the foam head was rebuilt multiple times. Yeah. But that's how it works across the board. The Elmo puppets that might be on Sesame Street set right now could be 10, 15, 20 years old, and they're just regularly maintained like taxidermy or something, and that the material, high quality materials used to make the puppets, and they persist. Like when Sesame Street makes a cucumber puppet, or they make like a carrot puppet or an asparagus puppet, like that puppet is stored and then reused again for the next 40 years anytime they need a asparagus puppet. So but they'll gut certain things out of it. They'll take the eyes off of it, and they have drawers and upon drawers of whatnots, like the F.A.O. Schwartz experience. That are just blank characters, and then they have every accessory to turn them into anything that they need to. A Sabrina Carpenter puppet, a Danny Boyle puppet, I don't know, anything that you need.
What did you look at that made you think director of 28 years later, that's the puppet?
Nothing, man. That's just how my ADD works.
That's incredible.
My ADD is like a LA highway with 15 lanes of traffic, and if I need something, I'll just reach over sometimes and grab another thing and plop it.
I was surprised though. They surely rebuilt the Paul Revere puppet, because the other one's in the museum at the Center for Puppetry Arts. The horse.
Mhm.
Sure.
So,
Sure.
I think
I
so.
was
Well, there's
that was a
usually never
choice.
they
That was
usually
quite a
never
choice.
make one to say that like there's
True.
probably 6 of those horses around stacked up somewhere. But yeah. And then to your point, Nathan, by the by, because my dear friend Lars does that, the armature setups for the museums is the most complicated part about it.
Yeah.
It's making them look like there's an arm inside
Yeah,
them is
to
actually
get
very
that.
hard.
Crazy. Yeah, I can't imagine what goes into
Yeah,
that. My
that's
God.
nuts.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah,
individual hand too. Your hand shape is completely different depending on who you are, and so puppetry
Yeah.
changes depending
Yeah.
on who you are. So you know that's
and iconically Jim had very large hands,
Mhm.
and so a lot of the time, like Kermit looks different now just because Matt's hands are different size than Jim's, which is
Now,
Because
Dan-
same with Steve had
unavoidable.
huge hands too.
yes.
Yeah.
Did you skip blinding lights? Have we talked?
No,
blinding
we're
lights?
we're talking it. We're talking.
Okay, okay.
I didn't mean to skip. Okay, I guess because we mentioned it earlier, my brain. Yeah,
'Cause
let's talk about
Blinding Lights
let's
and then
talk
Muppet
about
Show.
our whole new. We have a new Rizzo. We have a new Rizzo and Bean Bunny. Bradley Freeman Jr. is now revived Rizzo, and it's a blast. It might be
I'm
my
a Bradley
favorite.
stan. I am.
It might be my
Bradley stan.
favorite segment from the entire
It was mine. It was my favorite.
sequence, like the entire special. It was so good. It was so good to see Rizzo back. It was so good to see some pizza jokes inside the Rizzo sketch. One of the
Yes.
signs was a Pizza Rizzo, or like an adjacent Pizza Rizzo sign. It was all good, except for the fact that something went wrong at the end of it, which doesn't need to happen. It would have been as
They could have
equally
just
fun if something didn't go wrong every 4 minutes of the
Then
show.
it didn't seem to affect the actual show.
That's
at
the
all.
thing. It's like so
Yeah.
what? It felt like a nothing burger of a joke. Like just
Yeah.
let's move on. Like
I
don't
loved
even
how
show
they
me that.
switch. I love how after the mess up though they switch into like defined choreography. All of a sudden they're doing
Yeah.
like it's
We have
the
to-
choreography was so good.
We do have to talk about. Well, 2 things made me very happy with this. I love the fat rat. He's one of my favorites, and I just
Bubba.
like I just love Bubba.
The
and then,
Muppet Rats,
Little
the
Joe.
aesthetic of the Muppet Rats are just the greatest.
Yeah.
They're the
It
greatest.
felt like a combination of an ode to Muppets from Space, which is my favorite, what I grew up on Muppet movie, and original Muppet Show series where the rats were just a thing. Like
What's
they
the other
just were
thing,
there.
Nathan? What's the other thing about this?
The other thing that I loved is the rats. Generally, even like Treasure Island, like the rats when they dance just do
Yeah.
this.
Right.
And
right,
there's
right,
not
'cause
a
they're all
lot
just
you can.
they're all
And
just
so they
dowel rods.
just look
yeah.
absolutely spastic. Like anytime they
Yeah.
dance,
It's broomstick
a full...
choreography.
Yes.
It's you know what I mean?
Rag
It's
mop.
yeah. It's the choreography that only the mops can do from Sorcerer's Apprentice in
Yeah.
Disney. You know what I mean? It's just like how do a bunch of mops dance?
And love it, for sure.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I want to shout out that if you look closely in the intro, and I grabbed a snapshot of it,
I got it.
Bean Bunny is in the intro. He's one of the characters in the frames.
He's a couple behind the scenes moments as well. He walks by.
Yeah, he's there. So it does
Yeah.
seem like there is intention. You can see him up there right next to Link as
May
on
I
top of Muppet
add-
Newsman.
Bradley has said himself to a friend of mine that Bean did have lines and they got cut.
Sure, I'm sure that there was probably we cut probably 40% of what was filmed. I would imagine.
They definitely intended to bring Bean back in that capacity.
And what's so crazy to me is, what's absolutely unhinged to me, what I'm dumbfounded by, is that this just went to Disney Plus. It's not like we were trying to adhere to a 42-minute commercial break.
No, Dan.
Yeah.
It did go. It aired on ABC.
ABC.
Oh, did it?
Mhm.
It did.
Was it an hour or 30 minutes? Did
30
it air
minutes.
over an hour?
30 minutes, yeah, I think.
With a
Well,
It said
with-
on the little thing 35 minutes.
Oh, so they just
something
aired
like
it
that.
straight. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so they did make it for
Maybe
TV. So
one.
that's probably
maybe
why.
one break.
My
There's a
sources
so
say,
there's a TV
though-
edit. There's a TV edit. That's why, Meg. That's
My
probably
sources say Bean Bunny will be present on Rock and Roller Coaster.
Oh yes.
I don't know in what capacity, but my sources
why. Well,
say
he's
Bean
more
will
of a
live
theme park
on.
character than anything now. So I mean, it's
Completely.
Bean and
Who else is going to set off the fireworks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even though you won't see him if he's in the actual ride, it will just be over in 5 seconds. But
Yeah.
like,
Bean
there
and
he was.
Sweetums.
Oh.
Bean and Sweetums have kind of become Hollywood studio characters in a way, in a bigger way than any of the other Muppets, in my opinion.
yeah.
Well, and
Maybe
I
Statler
hope-
and Waldorf.
I hope
hope
that
to
now
see
that the
those costumes.
Sweetums character will not be utilized in the show, I hope he's far more out and about in that area than he's ever been, because I never got to see him.
Well,
Me neither.
like I mentioned in a text earlier to Nathan, Josh is a big Muppets fan, and so
old Josh D, yeah,
old Josh,
yeah.
He's a big Muppets
because I was like,
fan,
who's?
so.
I literally texted you just for the audience's pleasure. Who's Josh? And then I was like, oh, you mean Josh Tomorrow? And you're like,
Because I referred to him, I was like, Josh really loves the Muppets, so it's a good
My
thing.
buddy.
We're probably looking. I was like, I met him once. We're on a first name basis now.
It is weird.
Yeah,
that it is. Let's just stop for 2 seconds and recognize how weird it is that the CEO of the Walt Disney Company's name is Josh. Like that is
fine.
It's strange. We used to have
It's
Richards and like Josh is such a.
It's probably Joshua. You know?
Of course, but he doesn't go by it. You know what I mean? It
No,
doesn't
of
have
course
that.
not. Of course not.
No, I'm
course
really
not.
happy with the direction that's going to go. Him being, a Muppet fan and wanting
Villains
to
is
bring more Muppets
villains.
to-
My whole prediction of villains turning into Muppets is totally going to happen now. So, Josh should just hire me. Yellow Shoes. What's that? You have job
Yeah.
opportunities for me, Yellow
On the
Shoes?
Kermit
Okay,
phone.
just give me a shout. So, all right,
Please.
my least favorite section of the episode was the islands in the stream, with Kermit and
Really?
Sabrina. Yes,
Okay.
because here's where my biggest argument, and I've talked to some of my Muppet pals about this. Here's some of my biggest argument about where the show goes off the rails for me is that every scene something goes wrong. And so the idea, if Sabrina and Kermit would have just sung that duet through and through, it would have gone viral. It would have blown up. It would have been a perfect
right.
video for Kermit fans. It would have been a perfect video for Sabrina fans. It would have just been beautiful. And so much of the Muppet Show is that, which is why I'm sort of like, why are we doing this, producers? Stop making things go wrong. Focus on the artistic beauty of things instead of the comedic gag. There's space for it. There's space for it. There's space for the pacing of something really beautiful to happen in the third act before the chaotic finale. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. It's okay.
Although I did love Piggy and Sabrina moment. One diva
from one
to
diva.
another.
One diva
One
to another.
diva to another. I did like that part of it.
It's pretty good.
But again, with the lip syncing and the overproduction, is it seemed more like a SNL cutaway kind of thing
I
than
think-
doing it on a stage.
I think the problem too is the problem this episode has as a whole is it attempts to have an arc. Right. It's attempting.
And the Muppet Show
to say,
doesn't need that.
It does not. It is sketches and stuff. No one
That
goes
could
to
stand
SNL.
alone. Yeah.
Right. No one's like, oh, SNL had no arc this week. Like we don't.
Right,
need...
and we also didn't need closure to Kermit. You said the too many acts could go on, and it's crazy back here. So what? That's how every freaking, and like, if anything, I would have loved the beat with like Kermit being like, well, I guess we're gonna need a whole season to pull off all these acts.
Look
Like
at
that would
Kermit's
have been
cut.
that
Yeah.
would have exactly. Like there's we can get there though. We can get there.
But,
You'll hire us, Megan. You and I
But
will
I
get
did
hired.
notice, not to listen. I loved this song. I thought that it was amazing. I've listened to it over and over. I did notice as Kermit's in the water, he hit us with the Constantine face. He hit us with the Constantine face. He hit us with it.
It's
I'm
secretly
like,
Constantine, by the way, in my headcanon. It is still
yeah,
Constantine.
me too. Me too.
I just want to let everybody know that. And if that, and I think that people tell me that it's insulting, but if it's revealed at the end of the first season of the Muppet Show that it's been Constantine and Kermit and Walter have been on some like Kermit and Walter have been on some kind of like Steve Rogers time travel adventure or something, I don't know. Like, I think it could be one of the greatest moments in Muppet history if Matt Vogle has the self-awareness to allow that to happen. But
and we
People
I
do
think
say it's insulting.
Let's go ahead and have that conversation a little bit, because I know you mentioned beforehand we were going to have too much of a conversation, but of course there's the Vogle of it all, which is the fact that Kermit's voice is a little different for some people. To be fair, it's been different for 10 years, a whole decade. Children that are 10 years old don't know the difference between a Matt Vogle performance of Kermit if they've only watched the new stuff, right?
Right.
This was the first time that I truly was like, okay, whatever. I don't know if it is the chill variation of Kermit. It's this less
I know what it is.
performative Kermit.
I have a
version.
theory.
Tell us, Dan.
Tell us, Daniel.
You see Kermit on a stage at D23. You see Kermit on, I don't know, Kelly Clarkson or you see Kermit on a late night talk show, and it's just Kermit and it's just Matt, and it's one take, and it's not scripted. Matt doesn't get to rehearse. Matt doesn't get to perfect how he sounds, and also Matt is an anomaly outside of the space that without being in the theater, surrounded by 40 other Muppets, surrounded by all the other characters and all the other voices, it rounds the edges, the sharper edges of the character and the voice because of the setting that he's put in. And we're not hyper aware of the fact that it's like, is that Kermit? Because it is Kermit. Maybe it's just Kermit on a day when he has a cold or something. It's Kermit recovering from a a stroke because he's a 78-year-old man. Whatever it is, I'm not exactly sure, but like there is a sort of like, I think it's because all the other Muppets are treating him normally that we're like, okay,
the gaslighting works a little bit more. The gaslighting works.
Yeah. Santa Claus is real.
See, Dan, as a massive fan of Doctor Who, the Muppet Show, this special, and Matt's Kermit fall in line directly with what I have to deal with on a consistent basis as a Doctor Who fan, which is...
No, they don't. Okay,
I get what you mean, because they're technically the same character posed as separate people. But the idea is there are moments where you go, okay, like this is the version that I have right now, and I'm going to watch the adventures of this Doctor, and when they reincarnate, maybe I'll like the other variation better. I certainly liked other variations better before that. And that's like a mentality that you just have to sort of be like, okay with what you're getting and sort of in try to enjoy it for what it is in the moment, opposed to trying to constantly like compare it to other things. Now,
I like the thought of that.
Yeah.
With the compare thing.
Yeah. And now you are correct, Dan, that this is a different in the sense that the Doctor is literally a different person. And that's an aspect of his personality.
It iterates.
Right.
The character iterates.
Right.
Which Kermit, which no Muppet has ever done.
Right.
Which no Muppet has ever done. No Muppet has iterated. And Mickey iterates. Doctor Who iterates, Shaft iterates. You know what I mean?
Those three legends that we've always wanted in the theater together. Doctor
Matlock,
Who, Mickey, and Shaft.
Matlock iterates. Hawaii Five-0 iterates. I'm trying to give you non-kid examples to say that these things iterate, and they are new versions of the thing when they change like that. And why the Muppets don't iterate?
This Kermit was
the Muppets
have
movie. Iterated once, and it's Constantine. The Muppets have iterated once, and it's Constantine, and then Constantine becomes the main iteration is a strange thing to do in terms of a fandom that is obsessed with the nuances of the performers, of the design, of the sets, of the behind the scenes, of the writing, of the inspiration, of the comedy. It's putting the Hatbox Ghost in the wrong place in the Haunted Mansion in Florida because you have trained us, Imagineers, to be obsessed with every iota of nuance that you have layered into these pieces of storytelling. You've trained us, Muppet fans, to be obsessed with how the characters are honored and are living things to the point where the puppeteers aren't even acknowledged on posters. It's the Muppet movie starring Jason Segel and Kermit and Miss Piggy and Walter, not Peter Linz and Eric Jacobson and Steve Whitmire. These like the way that we have treated this, it is a fracture and irrelevant. I'm not commenting on Matt because I think Matt is institutionally an incredible thing for the Muppets.
Completely.
I don't think the Muppets would be what they are without Matt, but why? And I also understand, and I very much disagree with people who are like, Matt just has made a bastardization of the character and he doesn't care, because I disagree with that very strongly, because he very much gets it. And to Nathan's point, he is approaching it from that perspective. This is my Kermit. This is my Kermit.
Which he's admitted to it. Right. He's admitted to both that and alluding to Jim. He is always leaned towards the Jim variation.
This is Jim's voice in my head. This is my and the way that Steve was hero worshiping Jim and made Kermit whatever he did is, like Matt is detached now. Here's a man who's never even shook the hands of the dude, who's been brought up. Matt's not the problem. The problem is, why was the decision to iterate the character done And that's where you will never win over the people who are unsettled by it. Because it breaks the rules. It just breaks the rules.
Yeah. It feels like
the rules.
setting him up for failure in a way. And like you said, this is the first time I have not had a major problem where it throws me out of it and I'm disheveled.
But it's because of the environment. It's because of the environment.
Right.
I'll argue.
You're right. 100%. You are right. And
I would say though, Haunted Mansion Muppets didn't work for me there either. Like
didn't work for me.
There are
Didn't
variations.
But that wasn't the Muppet Show.
You're absolutely right.
Exactly.
This is like as core as it can get. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. That wasn't Kermit surrounded by Kermit surrounded by people Muppets doing impressions of other characters.
Yeah.
This is Kermit surrounded by the Muppets.
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
Life
Hereafter, oh my God, horrible. Like that, I'm like, that's not. But no, I felt the same way. I felt like, and it's like you said, it's no shot on Vogle at all. He's such an impressive person. I love Uncle Deadly. I love Floyd Pepper. He's so incredibly talented at everything he does.
Yeah, I really like the guy a lot. But there is this
detachment. There is this, why did you put Constantine as Kermit now? Because that's what a lot of people hear, and it's hard to unhear it. And there's been times, I understand things from a different perspective now, but when Muppets Now came out, I cried. I shed tears at feeling so detached from a character who meant the world to me and who was so important to me. I have a tattoo of him on my leg, like someone who was, that's Kermit. And then I felt like he's gone, and everyone just wants us to pretend that this isn't different and pretend that this is the same. And that kind of feeling, and like this whole negative connotation to where if you critique it, you want the Muppets to fail. You hate Matt Vogle. Like, two things can exist. You can root for the Muppets, want the best for them, think Matt Vogle is incredibly talented, and you can still have a holdup with Kermit and the current iteration of Kermit.
And it's so close, and that it almost makes it worse sometimes. And with the the James Earl Jones of it all and the AI, like why just process it a little bit? I don't know. I would prefer
don't put that in the world. Let's not.
Well, no, Nathan, put it in the world, because when he sings, they do that and it sounds good.
I was going to say, with Islands in the Stream,
auto-tune him.
They
auto-tune him into Jim's register, and it works. Yeah. And everyone's like, "Oh, when he sings, it sounds good," because they produced it.
There's a reason.
And it's take number 95. Anyway, we got to, because I don't want to walk the line of people thinking I'm shitting on Matt Vogle, because that's not the goal.
I was going to say something really positive. When I went to did you see that thing that happened in what is it, Winter Garden or Kiss Me or something in December, where Matt Vogle and Eric Jacobson came out and they had a plethora of puppets and they did like a Christmas show it was like lug bags put it on. So I went to that. Yeah, it was like a charity thing. I went to that, and that was the first time that I saw Matt in action in front of me, and I thought, what a creative genius. This man is, going from this character to this character. I saw the talent. I saw, and even just when they did a little Q&A, I felt I felt like this heart-to-heart feeling with him, where I saw him as this completely different thing, and I just had so much respect and an immense admiration for him as a person and as a performer. And maybe that's helped me get used to this a little bit more, but that doesn't mean that there's not holdups there. But he's remarkably talented is the bottom line. That is the bottom line, and people having a problem with it does not mean he's not.
Yeah. Dan, let's start a club. We're going to be the first 3 members of it. Nerds for Nuance. This is the club. It's okay
That's
to live
the
in
new
the gray.
podcast. We're starting a secondary podcast.
Yeah. It's just about the minute details of why it's okay to be okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to take a little side tangent here and talk about the audience of the Muppet Show, if I can. Did you pick up on anyone that was in the audience, Megan?
I saw Lucas Ross in there.
There's a couple people.
I recognize 2 people. I have 1 or 2 photos from it. Who the heck is Lucas Ross?
Lucas Ross has super incredible talented banjo guy who has done a lot of the banjo tracking for all of the Kermit stuff that's happened in X amount of years.
He's
very close friends with Matt Vogle. Is runs the banjo museum in Nebraska or something. I don't know exactly, but he's very intertwined with it all, and that was the first person in the audience. I was like, Lucas Ross spotting.
Yeah, there he is.
Who did you see?
Okay, well, so my big.
Yeah, I was going to say. Wait, here. Well, I'll take one. So he's got Lucas Ross in the middle. is one of my favorite podcasters of all time, the incredible Griffin Newman, who people know from the Blank Check podcast. He's the one with the glasses next to the blue.
Also, The Tick. Amazon's The Tick.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
He played Arthur on The Tick, and then Dan. I had it.
Sitting next to him is Nina West.
Yeah, I'm not used to undragged Nina West, and
yeah, right. So, yeah. Dan, why are you not in this audience?
Nina was in drag, she would be in the back row because she would be blocking half.
A lot
of
of
the
hair.
shot.
A lot of hair.
The hair.
Yeah. This was. I didn't pick up on anyone else.
Are we 4 live audience members? This was something.
Yeah, they've had them before. They've had them before. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was reminiscent to, I felt like, the 2011 when they have Jack Black come in and they're trying to raise the money to save the studio. And it's a mix of who's Zach Galifianakis is in the audience, is a homeless man or something. Yeah. So I like the mix.
Holy crap. Conspiracy theory that I just realized. Are we never going to see Walter when Matt Vogle is Kermit ever again, because Kermit, Matt Vogle, and Walter side by side will elicit Muppets Most Wanted like exclusively in the mind. I have to wonder. I have to wonder. I love a social media oriented Walter taking care of Muppet social. Like, I always liked that vibe. 100%. It's so perfect. Millennial Muppet.
Scooter's too busy.
People relate to Walter. They're like, that's me, autistic.
Yeah. Well, Scooter's there because his uncle owns the theater. Walter's there because he wants to be.
Nepo baby.
And it's like, it's the difference, and it's such a fun dynamic.
Hey,
the two of them playing off each other would be amazing.
Hold on. We're gonna do something real quick here, which is I'm gonna stand up for Scooter because that's my job on this podcast.
Yeah, but he's a Nepo baby.
Perhaps as he began, such as dear favorites such as Maya Hawke as a Nepo baby, but at a point, they cross that threshold and they become something for themselves. And there is nothing about Scooter or his performance or his diligence and his organization that suggests that he is playing fast and loose with time and being lazy. So I would like to consider. I think Scooter has bypassed this Nepo baby charge. I just
think of those early bits where Kermit's like,
very funny.
How are you getting away with it? He's like, well, my uncle owns the theater. like he's like, oh right, okay, you can do what you want to do. But yes, no, I agree. He has earned himself, a better title than Nepo baby. But I'm just thinking of though.
Several decades of herding. Could you imagine your job is herding the Muppets? I mean,
right.
God,
well,
no.
we kind of sprinkled in a lot of the stuff we want to see about in the Muppet Show as we move forward. But one of the things that, like for example, for me, I want to see more experimental puppet segments. It was a big thing that I loved about the Muppet Show was how weird things got, like with new and unique Muppet.
Like blacklight Muppets and ballet birds.
Weird stuff.
The thing that I think would really make what the show will be or not be is its guest stars, like its guest hosts. So I thought it'd be fun to talk really quickly about a couple of stars that we think would really cement a very positive.
I brought 5.
You brought
I think
5.
Megan brought 5. I called for 5, so
I didn't realize you called for 5. I only brought 3. Well, here let me share you my top 3. First, I want to say John Mulaney. I would love to see a John Mulaney Muppet special. Most specifically because he's just so good at parodying existing musical bits. It's like his SNL kind of bit, and I would love to see the Muppets get into some musical parody, but in unlikely situations. It's what the Muppets do. It's like making a spin on their own thing, and John Mulaney, I think, goes hand in hand with that. So I would love to see a Mulaney Muppet joint for sure in the future. And then Chappell Roan feels like the right choice.
Redundant,
as a guest. It's interesting. Like I felt like she stole a little bit of Sabrina stole a little bit of Chappell Roan's thunder, being like, my whole look's inspired by you. It's like, honey, I know it might be, but Chappell Roan's looks have been
on it.
Yeah,
literally.
Sabrina, where's that picture of you with a pig nose? You know what I mean? So I can't find one. And then my last pick would be Cola Scola of Oh Mary fame, because then we could actually get Miss Piggy in an Oh Mary bit. Realistically, I would not be able to do.
I would love.
What I love about Cole as a use factor here is it's that perfect like talent, but maybe people don't know who he is, but they'll still tune in and then they learn something, right? Which is
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
which
I like
was
that.
great about the Muppet Show beforehand. They would have legends, but they would
Mhm.
also have like Moominshans, and you're like, wow,
Mhm.
okay, what? So that I like that palette. Megan, do you have any cool guests that you'd like to see?
Yes, Chappell was one of mine, but I think that I would love a throwback and bring Elton John back. I would love
I
a
was-
full circle moment. I think that
that's a
Elton
good
would
call.
still fit among that formula very well. I think it would be amazing. That's one of my favorite original Muppet Show guest
Oh,
stars.
yeah.
So
Give me
I would
a
love
Paul
to see
Williams
Elton.
Elton John duel episode.
Would love that.
and
Would
then I'll
love
just
that.
weep openly.
Yeah, yeah. I also said Jeff Goldblum. I think it would be great to bring Jeff Goldblum in. I think that could be hilarious.
Oh, Piggy
yes,
would.
yes.
Piggy
I think that
very
would
much
really
enjoy
work.
that.
Yeah, yeah. Piggy would, oh gosh, I could just imagine what they could do with that. In the same notion of Maya Rudolph is Kristen Wiig. I would love to see Kristen
Very
Wiig.
nice.
And maybe not as the guest star, the host, but as something where Maya was, where she's just there. She
Yeah,
happens
I
to
do
be
like
there
the
in
idea
audience.
of there being a, like, we have, that there is for every episode of the Muppet Show contractually one cameo that we only have an hour to shoot. And that's part of it's like, we only have an hour to shoot this bit. And if it's got to get done in the hour, and that's part of the charm of it, so
Yeah.
100%. I want like an SNL alum or something on every episode.
Yes,
We've got him.
Tina
We're
Fey,
swimming in
Amy
him.
Poehler, throw him in.
Right. Let's get him in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt that way too. And then I said chaperone. And then my last one, Paul Rudd. I'm just a Paul Rudd stan.
Of course.
I would love to see. We haven't seen him in a while, right? Okay, what?
Not
Dan
Paul
hates
Rudd.
Paul
He's a
Rudd.
sweet
I love
Muppet.
Paul Rudd.
Not
He was
Paul
just running from
Rudd.
he was just running from a big snake, but yeah, we haven't really,
Not Paul Rudd.
No, Paul Rudd's
Alright.
fine. No, I like Paul Rudd. I
Paul
like
Rudd's
Paul
good
Rudd a
though.
lot.
So
Okay, let's
Here
hear
are
He's
my-
been around forever, bro.
He's
Paul
been
Rudd
around
is like,
forever.
it's like
I just
50
love
50
Paul
something.
Rudd.
It's
Oh my
crazy.
he's been
God, I
working
just
those
love him.
entire 50-something years.
Mhm.
It's pretty
Yeah.
wild.
So here's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. I want Daniel Radcliffe. I think
Okay.
Daniel Radcliffe
Mhm.
would do a very good job, and I think that he would probably get to do. Basically, the key here is find yourself some Broadway people know, and they're going to shine in many different ways, and I think Radcliffe fits that really well.
Yeah.
Kate Blanchett, because she's Kate Blanchett, and whatever she wants to do, I'm interested in. She's very
And she'll
funny.
do it. And she'll do it too.
Okay.
She did Lord of the Rings entirely to wear elf ears. She's on record
She's a
saying
silly goose.
that
I
she
like
signed on because she
didn't know
wanted
that.
because she thought she looked good in elf ears, and she's like, yeah, I'll wear elf ears for a couple of
Yeah.
weeks. So
Alright.
yeah.
Yeah.
My
on
next
board with
pick
that.
is purely so he can hang out with Dr. Teeth, and that is Jeff Bridges. I just need Jeff Bridges hanging out with the Electric Mayhem and
Yeah.
and
Okay.
playing guitar with
I
them
do
or
like
doing
that.
something. It's a very good
Yeah,
call.
okay. I could see the
Yeah,
dynamic.
Yeah, but I want a bowling sketch called the Big Lebowski.
Yeah,
And,
Big Lebowski. Yeah. Oh, of
And
course.
Gonzo as Jesus as his.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Balls
Like
of
I want.
flying.
For sure.
Yeah, yeah.
And then my last two picks are going to be legends.
Okay.
We have a couple people that, to my knowledge, I don't think she had an episode of the original show, and that's Carol Burnett. At 92 now.
What
but
is she
still-
gonna do, Nathan? What is
She's
she
still
gonna do?
working. She's literally on an Apple Plus show right now, and
Oh, okay.
and you can do a lot. There's
Oh
a
my
lot.
God! Is your second one Dick Van Dyke? Because he's almost dead.
No, he's too old. He's hit the
Okay.
limit.
Hey, wheel
No.
him in.
My final pick is Ian McKellen because I just need
Yes.
that.
All right.
I need the
Yeah.
key the thing that is missing about old school Muppet Show is because it was filmed in Britain, you would just get British people on the show sometimes, like Roger Moore, and it was like because they lived an hour away. It was an easy get.
Yeah. There
Got
was
it,
a
yeah.
certain charm of the Muppet Show that's like, yeah, this guy is just in town.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and there's
yeah,
a
he's just around. We
you
invited
need
him
that
over.
British flavor. You need a little bit of that British
Yeah.
flavor. So we get that with Blanchett and McKellen and Radcliffe here as well. So those are
Okay,
my
I
favorites.
like
Interesting.
that. Yeah, I like this.
Yeah. I could tolerate like a Muppet Taskmaster parody or something. I could tolerate some, like, at least a splash of British humor in every episode.
Yes, please.
because that is truly, because again, it was all London based. It's such a good point. That's absolutely a good point. Totally.
Yeah.
Never even thought about that.
What did you think about the use of the laugh track?
Perfect.
Loved it. It was
Perfect.
perfect.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
seen, online, it's kind of like two ends of that spectrum. Some people thought it really worked. Some people were like, what in the Disney Channel is going on with the laugh track? But I didn't notice it past the beginning.
Well, there's an audience there.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's an audience there, and so
Yeah,
it's
people
just,
were
it's just,
saying like the behind. I don't even remember when exactly it was used because I tuned it out at some point. But people were saying like the backstage, like why is there a laugh track in the backstage? But I didn't remember there being the laugh track.
There
in the
was,
backstage,
but that always
There was.
happened. It's like
it worked
Yeah.
for me.
It's some critiques that I've seen of this directly fall in line with is like, you clearly have this idea of the Muppet Show you watched when you were 6, and you've not watched it since, and like
yeah.
It's true.
Like, go back, because there's a lot of that is just directly from that origin. It's a one for one, and I think that's really important, and that's a part of kind of the overall. So yeah.
Honestly, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I had a good time with it.
I loved it.
I hope we get more of it.
Me too.
Hey Dan, let's do a little fun and tell / show and tell. While you're getting your little show and tell, I will say what I'm having fun with, which was recently, currently Blank Check, as I mentioned, Griffin Newman earlier, has been doing a commentary. They do commentaries, and so you can watch a movie and listen to them just sort of talk. And they've been doing Oz-related films, which has been fun. And they recently did Return to Oz, which has been a while since I've watched it. And boy, howdy, is that a Henson movie? Like, that is a full tilt boogie, like puppetry.
Yeah, I'm doing a Glinda evolution right now, and I've had to get a bunch to from it, and it's
Oh,
it's
interesting.
a banger.
I'm excited to see that.
She's in the movie, believe it or not, Glinda. People don't realize that the Henson, the costuming team, went and in a very Henson-esque style just gathered up all of the classic illustrations like they did with Labyrinth, really, and what's his face, the husband and wife who drew fairies. And so they built out a lot of very classic Oz characters that are very huge lore-based characters for the rest of the series, and put them in there. Like there's like a frog guy in there.
Yes, there is. There is a frog guy. He's wearing my glasses, I think.
He is wearing your glasses, but they're all those are all actual characters in the 14 book series. And so Glinda ultimately doesn't come to power until later in the series. She kind of becomes like that architect who sits in the chair in the third Matrix movie, and he's like vis-a-vis, that's Glinda by the end of Wizard of Oz books. But it's just a witch. It's just a witch in the back, and you see her for 0.5 seconds. It's the most brutal segment of the video to figure out how to show.
And by the by, if you've not seen Return to Oz, it's a trip. I'll just put it like that. I'm not saying it's a perfect movie at all. It's very boring at some.
When you see how the guy had to walk around inside that TikTok machine to be TikTok,
boy.
When you see how that guy had to perform that,
it's so crazy. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Upside down on his hands. That's insane.
God.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
But if you are a lover of Muppet stuff, and you've not seen Return to Oz, you're really missing out, because there's a lot going on in that movie that you'll really love. So that's mine.
Yeah, it's a good
Megan,
one.
as he gets his fun stuff, do you have anything?
I have it all
fun
here. I'm already ready.
Good. Are you doing
Let
anything
Megan
fun?
tell us. Where's all your Muppet stuff, Megan?
So I'm in the process of a move, in the process of a divorce. I'm sizing
LOL.
Sizing down from a condo to a 1-bedroom, which I move into on the 17th. So, but the entire apartment will be Muppet apartment. So we're going from Muppet room to Muppet apartment.
I mean, it'll kind of have to be now, won't it?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like looking at the wall space, like all of my posters will now be up. Like, so I'm very excited for that. But yeah, a lot of stuff is in boxes right now, unfortunately. But it's very, hope inspired, and I love setting things up. I love arranging the displays.
Sure.
I have so much fun with it.
Oh, sure.
So I'm really, looking forward to
that's
revitalizing
fun.
everything.
Organizing's
I'm gutting
fun.
my office right now. I'm doing it right now.
I ain't a scooter if I don't say organizing's not fun. So
yeah,
No,
that's
you're
right.
You're not a scooter. That's absolutely true. All right. So the first thing, I have like a package of stuff that I was going to give to Megan, but she was too busy getting divorced to hang out. So,
Damn it, Dan. I'll send you a shipping label. Damn.
So one of the things that I loved, I was a big Muppet fan for a long time. I mean, I still am, but like in terms of merch, Muppet merch, weird Muppet merch. I mean, I'll be honest, like I don't hang out and like watch the Muppets anymore. I like have nostalgia for Kermit. He's a great icon, but like I'm also not watching Mickey cartoons all the time either. Surprise, you know. But one of the weird things that the Muppets somehow got licensed into, and I'm curious if Megan has any of these, is a series of Hallmark. Hallmark tries to make their own like runs of things, like the Boo-Boos. They try. And so for a while there, they made these things called cubies. Cubes? You say cubes, I say cubies.
Yeah, cubies, I like that better.
Should I be saying cubes? Should I be saying cubes? So we have an animal cubes.
I like it.
And what in the hell am I even supposed to do with the
for your jewelry?
Is the bigger
a stash jar? Meg, what kind of podcast do you think this is? We have Kermit. This is a podcast exclusively for Gooners. We don't talk about stash.
One for stashes, one for condoms. So far, we're good.
Yeah.
Jesus, you're making it worse.
Yeah, this is
we have Swedish Chef.
See,
do you have any of these, Meg? Do you have any of these?
I have the Bunsen and Beaker one. I have Bunsen and Beaker.
I think that those are the only two I don't have. These are for you, so you'll be able to round out the collection. So,
yay!
But we have the Swedish Chef. We have Miss Piggy.
Okay, come on, that's so good.
Yeah, we have Rolf.
Oh no way! I didn't even know they made a Rolf.
Oh, I have a Beaker. I don't have Dr. Honeydew.
Okay.
Oh wait. There's one more in this bag.
the cubies, they're coming out of his ass.
I got him. I got him.
You got him.
And so I have what am I supposed to do? I don't even, what in the hell, what are these? I don't know what they are.
It kind of reminds me of when they made the Tsum Tsums, and it's just like putting Muppets into this weird shape that you're like,
every Muppet Tsum Tsum. I have every not Tsum Tsum, every Muppet Vinylmation. I have every Muppet Vinylmation.
Okay, I love the Vinylmations. Yes, I have everyone too.
I have every Muppet Vinylmation.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take Muppets in a weird shape.
I mean, I'm seeing what I would say Sativa goes in Bunsen Honeydew and Indica goes in Beaker.
Jesus, I'm a
maybe hybrid and Rowell.
Family content creator. The wine I walk is gooning, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because everyone goons, Nathan.
Even that word.
Gooner alert. Oh, man down.
Who'd you lose?
Yeah, okay. I just throw them all in a bag. They're fine. They get a little dented at Ed's character.
Yeah, that is.
All right, so
Patina.
I have also a collection of schoolroom supplies, schoolroom bulletin board supplies.
Back to school.
So get ready for these. First off, there's some rewards that you could give to your students. Life's like these are just like
I love it.
I don't know, postcards. Just be like, you did a good job, or whatever, you idiot.
Yeah.
And I have I have a weird stack of these. With good friends, you can't lose.
Tagline for the ages.
Yeah, and so there's
were these like mid 2000s? The piggy hair is throwing me.
Oh yeah, mid 2000s.
Okay.
Yeah. But these are like rewards cards or something. I
would have tried harder if my teacher had those. So.
Yeah,
right. Tell me about it. We also have a full collection of characters and these are because my ex-wife is a school teacher, so she laminated these before we got to first. So
Screaming.
Fully laminated. We got and if you notice, these have little holes for you to hang from a drop ceiling with a bent paper clip. You know how teachers do it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You remember seeing your teacher. So we got all of these, but it doesn't end there because there's also there's also poster there's bulletin board edging. So I have like a bunch of feet of
that's incredible.
These log.
It's going on the border of my bedroom.
Yeah. Oh, border's the word I was looking for. Border's the word I was looking for. And then
that's gonna be the trim of my.
I have the perfect thing for your front door. If you're ready for this,
I'm really.
It is a.
You're kidding.
Giant
You're kidding.
Teacher, like a
Walter
teacher
representation.
Welcome. Yeah, Walter's there. There he is. He's currently witness protection doing a psyop or something.
Yeah.
Who knows where Walter is? He's protecting the real location of Kermit, I guess. I'm not exactly sure.
Megan, we're really solidifying that your future dating game is going to have to be real good because they're going to come right to the door and be like, "Yeah, she likes the Muppets."
Yeah, they have to also like the Muppets a lot.
They'll have to. They'll have to.
Yeah, no options here. So this is my little goodie bag I have for Megan. Although I'm purging my office right now so I can shoot an episode of Disney Dan, which is me like valuing my Muppet collection. And so I'm going to purge my entire office, have it be empty, and I'm just going to go Tupperware by Tupperware, and I'm going to just start filling the background and like finding out what stuff has value and doesn't have value. Hopefully Meg will hop on a call with me and help me figure something out.
Oh, definitely. I'd be proud to.
Here's a great talking point, and I'm curious. I know that I think you got out to see it. I have one of the. You're talking about the newest release of Muppet pins, but very few Muppet fans have this pin here.
I have
Rob Lake Magic. One of the rarest Muppet pins right here.
Yeah,
right here,
that
right
is.
here. Rob
That
Lake
is.
Magic.
I think Rob Lake should be a guest star in the new.
Yeah, as a recoup, as a freebie.
No, but he has to pay. He has to pay to do it. He has to pay. He has to pay a licensing fee to get himself on.
Yeah, right. Right. I know. The only
okay.
thing I really have to show off is this T-shirt that I have paper towels stuffed in the armpits, so I'm not defiling it. Is an original cast and crew, the Muppet Show.
You got to do the. You got to do the.
God.
You got to do the panty liner trick.
Goodness.
Yeah,
Incredible.
I didn't have any handy. This is and there's a lot of pictures of Carol Spinney wearing it, which is weird because he wasn't on the Muppet Show, so someone
This
gave
exact
it to him.
shirt.
No, I wish that would be really cool. But
Here's one of my favorites that I have. Do you have one of these? Do you have a Kermit?
I don't.
A vintage Hallmark Kermit stocking holder
Stocking holder. No, but I've
That
always
sits-
wanted one. That's crazy cool.
that sits on the ledge. I love it. It doesn't have any. Doesn't have a lot of strength, so you can't really put. So he just is a ledge sitter now. I guess it had like a sticky butthole, but the sticky butthole of it all is gone now. I guess I could put some
Gotta
some
see
museum.
the proctologist about that.
Yeah,
Kermit.
throw him on
could
the
see
side of a
some-
shelf. He's
Some
great.
museum
Yeah.
tack there. Some
He
museum.
falls,
tack
his
there.
legs break. It's fine.
Yeah, this is great. It's weird. It's crazy to have it in the original box, but I do have it in the original box.
That's very
And
cool.
then do you have all of the Hallmark ornaments?
No.
Like all of the talking ones that they did over the years?
No, there's been so many. And
There's
now
a
they're
lot,
crazy.
Dan.
They're pretty crazy, like valuable,
So
some
many.
of them.
We've
Oh,
got
nice.
Gonzo here. I think some of them the batteries are dead and I haven't
Yeah,
replaced them
that's the
because-
problem.
Or I keep the batteries out of them. We got Miss Pig. I have the full collection
Wow.
Nice.
of them.
What years were
and,
these created? Just like
flexing.
over several years, or
So it started with this guy here, Statler and Waldorf. Actually, this was the
Mm-hmm.
first one, I believe, and they didn't make many of them because they're like, no one. I think that it was like an intro small batch license like tester to be like, is the Muppets going to work for us? And
Yeah.
so, and
Was
so
it
they
pre
made,
or post 2011? I can't remember when they came out
Yeah,
with those.
I'm not 100%. It's in the era of around when Funko Pop started popping off because
Okay.
like Muppets licensed both. Hallmark ornaments and Funko Pops, like the original batch of Funko Pops that you
Right.
have,
Those
Yeah.
OGs.
that I also have. That's
We
also
all
worth
agree
a
that Kermit Funko
bucket
doesn't
load of
work,
cash.
right? That Kermit Funko is.
Stop! I love him.
He looks so
I have
strange.
maternal instincts to him.
He looks so strange.
I
that-
feel
that
like
Funko
some of
Kermit.
these new ones are more strange looking. Like, what did they do with the new Fozzie Bear? The old
Oh,
one was
yeah.
great. The new one, I'm like, what in the large head?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a
Ralph-
good
Ralph
Ralph,
with the
yeah.
piano
Oh,
there.
Ralph.
Also,
And
the
then,
fact that we got Dr. Bob Ralph and
That
and
rules.
Baby
Yeah.
Ralph before we got normal Ralph is crazy.
Wild.
Like-
Wild.
Yeah, but then I also have some like weird ass deep cut ornaments that like I'm curious if you've ever seen before, such as there was a pack of Muppet ornaments that came out. This was for their 50th anniversary, and so it's like a Gonzo like busting out of
Oh.
a cake.
I've seen that. Don't have
Yeah.
it. But yeah, that's crazy cool.
And so I have all of
It's
these
like,
like little.
all right, sure.
Yeah. It's like, okay,
Sure.
sure, yeah, for sure. And then of course
Why
I
not?
have. This is 1980. This is like these
Oh
vintage.
yes, yeah, I
Oh,
love those
yeah.
ones.
Instead
Yeah.
of putting these away from packing up Christmas, I just left them all out. I was like,
Yeah,
I'm going to
I
do a
mean,
Muppet
naturally.
video where I show my full collection. So why not? These are definitely part of it. And
You should
there's
have a
some-
mini
so
Muppet
you're-
tree at this point. Little.
Yeah, I
yeah.
should.
I mean, you
I
could
should.
fill a full Muppet tree at this point. It seems.
Yeah. But this is the rarest one, I think. And this is the most highest value one. It took me a while to get a hold
Nice.
of this one.
Yeah.
But
that's
they've been
nice.
doing them year after year and
Mhm.
to a great success. I love collecting them. I have a whole nother
Mhm.
package of them here. But do you have any of the Muppet Big Figs out of curiosity? Do you have any of the giant figures that Disney made back in the day?
The poor
No,
girl
that's
is
incredibly
downsizing.
That's incredibly impressive that you have that one though, because gosh, I've seen it go for like $700 to $1,000.
For real? That's what they're selling for?
Yeah.
I got this one for a good deal because some of the lightning bugs have missing wings. But there is specifically, and I've kept them. I've just left them broken and unfixed because I don't have but I have the firefly that sits in the top stringer
Crazy
or whatever
cool.
of the. And clearly super freaking fragile, but I've got this one. And then I've got you can see behind me, I have the Kermit on a podium big fig as well. Can you see him over there?
No, I can't see it in this angle.
Yeah.
I'm afraid so. This is great for our audio listeners.
A great reason to come watch.
Yeah, come on over to YouTube.
Come watch.
Dan will show you all the beautiful things.
Wow.
There he is.
Yeah. No, I don't have either of those. Those are incredible.
That is massive.
Yeah, that's huge. Where'd you get that, Dan?
eBay.
Wow.
eBay.
How
and
much?
Fun fact,
how did they ship that to you?
Poorly. The answer is poorly because it might be hard to see because I tried to do my best job repairing it, but his fingers all fell off in shipping. And,
that's like those 2002 sideshow busts that they made that are super elusive and
the bottom chip, the whole bottom broke off that I had to glue back on. You can see
that happened with my Swedish Chef. I bought it for like $600 and the guy ended up returning me like $300 because it came in like 6 pieces. But I was able to glue most of it. I just have to put his machete back on.
It's crazy, and that's why I want to do my Muppet collection video because I have one of Meg's talking about for those at home. Weta Workshops, the people responsible for making Lord of the Rings as successful and beautiful as it was, did a line of Muppet busts alongside their Lord of the Rings success, and they have turned into some of the most high value. And if you ever watch a video of Brian Henson in his office, like giving interviews, he has them all lined up right behind his head on the shelf, and they are stunning maquettes, and they're
It took me like 4 years to get the whole set, and a lot of.
I can't imagine how much cash it took you because,
but some of them I found for like crazy elusive deals. Like someone found one for $35 at an antique shop and sent it to me.
Some people don't know.
$65 for a Miss Piggy without a box on Macari. Like you got to really hunt.
Oh yeah, and it's fun. It is sort of the fun about it all is hunting for the.
My Sam Eagle is the production sample Sam Eagle.
Wow,
yeah, which is crazy. Yeah.
Do you know which one's the most valuable one now?
It's the Swedish Chef, and then Dr. Teeth. Swedish Chef goes for. I mean, I don't even think there's one on the market now, but I've seen it sell for $800, $1,200. Dr. Teeth is around $500-$600.
Yeah, these limited edition things like this podium here that I have, I think I have the card in the box where it's numbered. They're both numbered, and because they only made like 1,000 of each of these, I think.
Wow.
And so once they hit a collection like my collection, they get locked in. Like no one's, to Megan's point, like the maquettes that they made, like there's what like a couple hundred of each of them. It's not like they made a ton
those
of them.
Busts. Surprisingly, some of them are limited 3,000, some are limited 5,000. But you had to I think some of them. Who knows what happened? You know what I mean? They came out in 2002. I think you had to order them off a specific form. I don't know what the whole logistic was.
You had to order it from like the Noble collection. It was that kind of thing. Like it was
that kind of
high priced luxury item. It was a high priced luxury item, and it continues to be.
Yeah,
it continues to be.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So those are some of my treats. I'm compiling a little bag here for Megan. So that's why I need you to come on live with me and as we go through my Muppet collection because I got to know what you need because I'm clearing out. So
I would love to. Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, I'm clearing out everything. And you also, I know you have a bunch of them to close it out, but you have a bunch of the HalloweenCostumes.com.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Have you seen? I can't say. Well, there are more coming. There are more coming. And that are beautiful. They're very, very cool.
That'll happen.
I'm
so much fun doing.
I'm pushing quite hard for Muppet animatronics. I want very badly a 4th of July Miss Piggy Statue of Liberty animatronic for your front yard. That's like 6-8 foot high. You know what I mean? Like I want a Sam Eagle.
I put that on a credit card.
A Sam Eagle Christmas. A Sam Eagle 4th of July. Eagle. I also need Muppet Christmas Carol animatronics for Christmas time. I need the ghosts. I need Kermit. I need Charles Dick and Gonzo. I need animatronics of
that
Muppets.
Up. I'd be all over that.
Yeah. I need some.
Keep pushing.
Let's get it going. Well, Meg, thanks for joining us here on our Muppet recap. We'll have you back on. And where should people find you? And
thank you.
Now it's time, Meg. You're going through this big transition with your new house, your new Muppet condo, your new everything. Maybe it's time to drop Malone's Pop and time to like refresh. You're changing your name. Let's just do it.
I know people have said that, for a while now, but I'm scared. I'm leery to put Muppets in anything.
How many times has HBO? Well, you don't have to put Muppets on anything.
I know. What's the?
I had a puppetry.
Ideas.
Have you ever listened to my vintage puppetry podcast? Have you ever found and listened to my old puppetry podcast?
I don't think so. No.
So I had a puppetry podcast for years, and I still pay $5 a month to keep the episodes up because people still listen, which is crazy to me. But I had a podcast called Getting Felt Up, and so which in later years turned out to be incredibly problematic in the puppetry community. A title, but I like the pun initially. We're just a group of guys getting felt up. We keep it above our heads, and
I mean, hey, if you got some name suggestions, throw them my way. But
that's what I'm saying is that you can just play around with it a little bit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You can be.
I've definitely thought about it. But
right.
Yeah, we'll see. But you can find me on Instagram primarily. I am working as I rebuild this Muppet apartment. I'm gonna get some more stuff on YouTube and kind of continue that. And just behind the scenes working on some podcast stuff and.
Magic Shop Meg or something. You know what I mean? Like, you got to just lean into, just take one niche of the Muppets and play around with it a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. I'll do some brainstorming.
Also, unless you're planning on merchandising your brand name, you don't worry about putting the Muppets in it. I'm Disney Dan, for crying out loud. Like,
yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but we've had conversations about that too. So
you can be Muppet Meg. You know what I mean? There's nothing to stop you from being,
Or you know what? Be who you want to be. We like you just the way you are.
Aw, thank you.
But you don't have to ride the wave of the pops. It's time.
You'll last longer than they will.
What is it? Blake's Pop Nook? That's still a thing, right? That was one of my OG friends. He's a very popular Disney creator. He's still riding the Pop Nook.
Yeah. Well, notice how his name is in the title, Blake.
Yeah.
And you don't go by Malone at all. You go by Meg.
No, not anymore. But my last name is Maloney, and in high school, everyone knew me as Malones. Everyone Malones. So that's where it came from. But no one calls me Malones anymore.
So, we will now.
You're right, Megan. Megan, we gotta go a different direction. I agree. I'll think about it.
Yeah, you can call yourself the Henson homie or something. Just do something.
Yeah, right.
Thanks for joining us. Go find Malone's Pop while it's still Malone's Pop.
Yeah.
Pops with an S. Who knows what it'll be. But if you follow one or two Muppet accounts, you'll eventually find her. If she changes her name, you'll find her. Don't worry. So she's out there.
Excited to do some coverage when that new roller coaster opens. Hopefully to see you, Dan.
Oh yeah. I'll be there dressed as Randall. Yeah. I'll be down there for the opening of the Muppet coaster with my Randall hat on, rocking out hard.
Yeah, I'll get you back in the
it'll be great. Yeah. No, it's going to be an interesting time for the Muppets. It's so funny to me. Yeah, the Muppets just dropped a really successful special on Disney Plus. Let's go to never mind. It's so wild to me. It's like they got warehouses full of Muppet crap. Like, do something. I don't know. Yeah. It's weird. We couldn't have waited.
The fountain.
We couldn't have waited. Like, I don't know. Like we are. It is the kingdom of construction walls. You couldn't have had a little construction wall tunnel for Muppet Vision and to at least keep it through like this event at the very least.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The building's still there.
Logic?
It's not like Mike Wazowski's in there gooning, he's got stuff to do before they finish building it,
Yeah.
Dan, I feel like we should have had something for this episode where it ends and then Statler and Waldorf are like, this should be sponsored by Casper. Why? Because I want to go to sleep. Bah!
Well, there you go. You did it. You perfected it.
Yeah, there it is.
Perfect.
You
did it. It's now, and now the podcast is over. Just cut it.
This has been a production of 710 Media.